Hello, and welcome to the second of 3 videos prepared for our Spring 2023 Cybersecurity Symposium. My name is Stanley Wisnowski, and I'm a student at William T. Dwyer High School, a dual enrollment student at Palm Beach State College, and a proud member of Palm Beach State College's Ethical Hackers Club. In this video, I will introduce you to the role of a penetration tester and explain the importance of cybersecurity, the different types of penetration testing, and the steps involved in a typical penetration testing engagement. Cybersecurity is a crucial aspect of modern-day technology. Much like law, cybersecurity affects every industry. For example, healthcare, finance, government, and e-commerce. In a world where everything is connected to the internet, cybersecurity breaches can have disastrous effects. When it comes to penetration testing, there are several methods that may be leveraged by professionals. These include different kinds of box testing, team testing, physical or hands-on testing, and digital or virtual methods. The different types of box testing involve varying levels of knowledge of the target system. Black box testing simulates an external attack where the tester has no prior knowledge of the internal networks and systems of the target. Black box testing aims to mimic the tactics of unauthorized actors, such as black hat hackers, opportunistic cybercriminal groups, or competitors who may hope to obtain confidential data. White box testing simulates an internal attack where the tester has full knowledge of the target system. White box testing simulates attackers such as disgruntled employees, contractors with unfettered access to a system, or attackers who have limited access to a system and want to escalate their privileges. Gray box testing is a combination of black and white box testing. This means that the attacker may have access to or knowledge of certain systems, but their access is restricted somehow. Examples of attackers with such privileges may include a junior employee, a contractor with restricted access with similarly limited access to systems or networks. Teaming involves collaboration between different teams to identify vulnerabilities and eliminate potential security threats. While there are many different types of teaming, such as white, green, and yellow teaming, we'll only cover the 3 most popular types: red, blue, and purple teaming. Red teaming is security through offensive means. This type of teaming simulates a full-scale attack on the target system, within scope of course. We'll cover scoping later. The aim of blue teaming is to defend the target system against an attack. Purple teaming combines the efforts of the red and blue teams to improve the overall security posture of the target system by attacking and then defending in a collaborative trial and error manner. Physical security testing is yet another essential tool for improving security. This method of penetration testing identifies and exploits weaknesses in the physical security of the target. Social engineering, nested under physical security, aims to exploit human behavior to gain access to the target system. This can be seen as both physical and digital security. For example, a penetration tester may try to walk into a building with a clipboard and reflective vest in order to pretend like they belong. They may send a phishing email to the target that tries to trick them into clicking a link or downloading a malicious file. Lockpicking is seen much less often than other means of physical security testing, but it is important to do. Lockpicking could be either the stereotypical bobby pin lockpicking that you see in movies, or more advanced techniques like trying to copy an employee badge for RFID reading. Wireless testing involves evaluating the security of wireless networks. This is usually done by trying to sniff authentication packets out of the air with tools like Wireshark. Since the introduction of WPA3 Enterprise, however, this is much harder to do, even with weaker passwords, and not always necessary. Web application testing involves evaluating the security of web applications. This is what I will be walking you through in the 3rd video. It involves identifying vulnerabilities, testing for exploits, and attempting to gain unauthorized access to the application or the system that it runs on. Now, let's move on to the steps involved in a typical penetration testing engagement. Scoping. Scoping involves defining the scope of the engagement and determining the target system's parameters. This is usually done at a briefing conference between the team of penetration testers and the company that hired them. Going out of scope can cause serious damage to computer systems, and in the case of a penetration test for a hospital, loss of human life. Reconnaissance. Gathering information about the target system. There are 2 types of reconnaissance: passive reconnaissance and active reconnaissance. When doing passive reconnaissance, the means by which information is found won't alert the target to what you are doing. For example, OSINT, or open source intelligence, is a method of passive reconnaissance. This can be social media scouring, Google Maps and Street View, and other means. In active reconnaissance, there's a chance that you will alert the target. This can be network scanning, login attempts, or physical tours of the target. Vulnerability assessment. This one is pretty self-explanatory. It involves identifying vulnerabilities in the target system. Exploitation. In this step, you'll attempt to exploit the vulnerabilities found in the third step, vulnerability assessment. Post-exploitation. Here, the penetration tester may attempt to escalate privileges, establish persistence, exfiltrate sensitive data, and/or cover their tracks. Report writing. After completing the post-exploitation phase and throughout the test, you should document your findings and provide a detailed report to the client. This report will help you through your debriefing. This is when you share with the target which vulnerabilities you were able to exploit and how. Remember, your report should include which vulnerabilities were found and exploited, and recommended fixes or suggestions for improved security. Penetration testing is a critical tool used by cybersecurity professionals to identify and eliminate potential security threats. By understanding the different types of penetration testing and the steps involved in a typical engagement, you can better protect yourself and your organization from cybersecurity incidents. In this video, I have demonstrated the different types of penetration testing, examples of the attacks they represent, real-world applications of the types of testing, and the steps involved in a typical penetration testing engagement. Thank you for watching.